Hi guys, Belle here. Just wanted to pop on and finally get the final week and flip through of my October daily, or final few week and a bit of my October daily filmed. First, I just wanted to say a huge welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing and for joining me here on my fairly new channel. I am super appreciative of all of you, so thank you. And let's get started because this is going to take a while. So I'm very happy that my October daily is complete. However, it it is a monster. I just have to apologise to you, Dolly, for taking this beautiful journal you gave me and creating an October monster with it. So, but I have sincerely loved working in this journal. So let's get started with the final. I mean, look, it's just a, it's so chunky. Okay, so the final day from our last flip through was when I went to the cinema. It was day 21. So now let's move to day 22. And day 22, as those of you who have watched other of my October dailies would know, videos, my youngest was still home from university. So his sister actually moved away it's the same month as he did, and she lives about an hour away, so we don't get to see her that often. And he hasn't seen her since she actually helped us drop him off at uni and get him settled in September. So I really wanted to see her, and this particular day my other half wasn't feeling too well, so I had to drive, and I haven't actually driven to where she lives yet, and I get a bit anxious on motorways because people get a bit crazy and I grip the steering wheel really tight. So what we did was we went and visited her, and we had a lovely time and played games and chatted and caught up and just did family stuff. And then that evening we went out for a meal at a local pub restaurant near her called the Swan, and it was really, really lovely. So that's day 22. Just backed it on some card, little bit of yarn up there, and then written about what we did. And then in here I've actually taken a picture and backed it of what I actually had to eat, because there was this gorgeous vegetarian autumn tart, and then I had a creme brulee for afters, and it had the tiniest, I mean, they weren't that big, they were like Lego bricks, and they're meant to be shortbread biscuits, and it was just I've never seen anything so tiny. And this was on my Advent gift for that day, so I just wanted to put that in there so I could remember my Advent gift. So yeah, it was a lovely family day, and I love seeing them all together again. So day 23, I didn't have anything exciting to do or write about on that day, so I just decided to take a picture I had of me in a very orange witch's hat, and yeah, just put that and make that my page. So earlier in October I had entered Sabrina Bee's Patreon challenge, which was to make a memory dex card, which is all the way back here on day 2. Oh my gosh, all the way back on day 2. Anyway, she had asked that everyone who enter take a picture of themselves, either a spooky picture or a costume or something like that, and put it on the back of the card so she could have a picture of the person who's made it. And this was the actual picture that I took to put on the back of the card. So I just made that a little bit bigger, again backed on some different card, used the number 23 for my Advent gift that day, and then these stickers down here, which are all witchy stickers, were part of my Advent gift for that day as well. So I thought I'd use those to decorate the page, and up here I've just put Wonders of the Witch. So yes, Really simple day. Oh, excuse me, I cannot talk today for some reason. You would think I would have learnt now not to video when I can't talk. However, there we go. I've got to do it when the light's right. So yeah, really simple layout for day 23. Day 24, I had arranged to do a pocket letter swap with a friend. And this is a picture. I've actually got a video on my channel of this, of the pocket letter I made for her. And I decided to do a few extra cards in the same style and use them to decorate the page and remember the pocket letter that I made. So that's what I did there. And I think it's really effective. It's quite simple, but it's effective. And that day I also made lots of tiny little Halloween envelopes, and this was one of them. So I used it as a pocket, and then I cut the top off and used it here as a decoration and some backing for one of my cards. And then this pumpkin, which is actually a number 6, was on my Advent gift that day, as was this little ghost part of the Advent gift and these little words. So yeah, I just decided to make a memory of the pocket letter that I'd made that day and my crafty envelopes. Just added a bit of like net fabric down here at the bottom of the envelope to just give a bit of texture, and some ribbon up here. And that was day 24. Day 20, actually, whoops, I did these to a different way. I'll explain why in a minute. So day 25, again, nothing really exciting to journal about. So I decided to write about some Halloween inspired goodies I'd got from Lush earlier in the month. So I'd got this Boo shower slime, and it is literally black. When you take the top off, it's all black and gooey inside, but it smells like bubble gum and it's gorgeous. And then some pumpkin spice lip balm and this little cute pumpkin bath bomb. I love Lush's products for many reasons. One, because as someone with super sensitive skin, I don't react to most of their products, so that is brilliant. Plus they're natural, cruelty free, and you can reuse the pots and everything. So I just backed that on there, and then I used the new Tim Holtz cauldron die down here because I thought, you know, mixing up the bath products in a cauldron, it's all a bit witchy and everything else. Use the 25 from my Advent gift that day. Use some enamel dots just to look like bubbles. And then up here it says, too cute, tricks not treats, beautiful. Over here is the envelope that my gift for day 25 was in. So I just ripped the front off because she'd put my name on there and put these stickers. I just loved the way it looked. And then in here, I just simply put a tag. I said simply, I've got to get it out now. Just put a tag, simple little tag. And I've used the embellishment that says treat up there with some more bubbles. And just wrote about Lush products, and particularly the shower slime. Now, it doesn't sound fun, but I love it, and it reminds me of being a child. And when I use it, I just get, I just love using it. It's very strange to get washed in something that's black, but it smells beautiful and it's just fun. So the reason I did these 2 different pages is because on day 26, I actually received my pocket letter from my swap partner. And her favourite colour is purple. So I wanted to use this purple page as the one to show her pocket letter off on. And oh, bless her, she actually stitched, as part of her pocket letter, she stitched a little ghost Halloween cat. Because when I was making pocket letters a lot, every single one of my pocket letters, like I've made hundreds, had a piece of cross stitching in them. So this was her way of kind of saying, you know, remembering that and sending me a piece of stitching instead. Beautiful pocket letter and a shaker pocket, which, you know, she knows I love. And then the bats were part of the goodies that she sent, as was this pumpkin was one of the goodies. So I just kind of used it as a tag, and I sort of wrote on the back, because it says to and from, I wrote to Belle from Danielle, the person who sent it to me. And then this was on her packaging as well. Can you see that? Sorry. The washi. So I wanted to use that because if you haven't guessed by now, I love using packaging or bits on parcels that people send me because I just think it adds to the memories. This skull was drawn by my friend Anna, and again it was on my advent gift for that day, so I wanted to use that on there, and I just put the 26 in the eyes. It almost looks a bit like its eyeballs. And then in here I just put the 8 that was on the advent gift along with my letter from my pocket letter pal. So that was day 26. Day 27 was a bit sad because we took my baby back to university, and there's me hugging him in his dorm, not wanting to let him go. Just back to it. This is actually fabric, and this fabric wrapped my advent gift this day. So as there was lots of black and white in the picture, I thought this fabric worked brilliant as a background. And then the ribbon was also on the advent gift that day, so I used that. And then just added some textured paper down here and some more ribbon up top. And yeah, I just wanted to document the fact that we took him back to university. I just got used to, was just getting used to the fact that he hadn't been here, you know, because I miss my kids a lot. And then he came home for a week, and now I feel like I'm getting used to him being gone all over again. And yes, I miss him terribly. So that was day 27. This was just a skull bag that I'd received in a parcel. And I just put up the top, brave and handsome, his heart full of bright hopes, because I thought that kind of perfectly described. And then I used the rest of the fabric on this tag and wrote on the back about taking him back and what we'd done that final day. A bit of lace and ribbon up here. And then this little ghostie, that day, my advent gift was a beautiful handmade little journal from my friend. And this little ghost was one of the like journaling card things that she'd put in there. So I just wanted to, she'd put a few in. So I decided to just pick one and use it as a decoration on the front of that tag. So I could remember the beautiful journal. I remember seeing him. We won't see him again till Christmas now. So day 28. So day 28 is, you're thinking, is that a bowl of soup I see? Yes it is. So what I decided to do on day 28, every Monday in autumn and winter, I make soup, some sort of soup. Because I try to eat and live very seasonally. So the food that I eat each season is different, and I try to eat what's in season and what's fresh. So I'm making a lot of soup at the moment, and I just took a picture of this one because this was pumpkin soup. We actually still have quite a few pumpkins left over from the pumpkin picking I did earlier in October. And I just wanted to write about how much I love pumpkin and squash. Obviously, when you decide to eat seasonally, the fact that you don't eat these things all year means that when you do get to the time of year where these things are in season, it gets quite exciting to eat them. And so I eat as much pumpkin and squash as I can in autumn and then freeze some for winter months. But obviously I don't eat it through spring and summer. And pumpkin and squash are some of my favourite flavours. So I'm making a lot of pumpkin soup at the moment. And I just wanted to write about how much I love the flavour of pumpkin. So I used this little vintage looking postcard, wrote on the back. And then I picked this, look, she's staring in her little cauldron with the little orange and yellow coming off it, because it made me think of me staring over my soup pot on an autumn night. Little pumpkin sticker, epoxy sticker there, and it just says magic potion down there with her little cat, because I do have a cat. The number 10 was from my advent gift that day. And then up here it just says pumpkin. And this is a Tim Holtz embellishment piece of ephemera, and I put the day in there, day 28. A little bit of green whip ribbon. And the washi I've used on the page was again from my advent gift, as is the paper behind. So yeah, absolutely love pumpkins, guys, and I love making pumpkin soup. So that was what I decided to journal about on that day. So that's day 28. Day 29 was this guy. So we'd got all the Halloween decorations down so that we can put them up a bit later. And this is one of my most prized Halloween decorations. My two boys made this Frankenstein's monster years ago. I mean, they must have been about 6 and 8. And as I've said, one of my children is disabled. So, you know, anything he makes, I treasure so much. And this Frankenstein's monster is missing a hand now. But I just think he's amazing. And he comes out every year. And what you do, it's attached on a hanger. So his head's on the back of the hanger so you can hang it up. And then he's got this beautiful t-shirt on, which is like a tie-dye t-shirt. And again, my youngest son actually made that t-shirt. He's wearing jeans, which were my other son's jeans. And then the hands attached through string through the arms. Like I said, he's missing a hand now, but I actually think that kind of adds to it because, you know, Frankenstein's monster was made of all sorts of bits and bobs. And I just love this. I just love this so much. Every year when it comes out, it reminds me of when my kids were little and we would craft every week, and especially for the special celebrations. And I have so many Christmas decorations as well that they've made. But this is definitely one of my most treasured gifts. So I wanted to write about him. I've just used 3-dimensional chipboard letters down the side to say Frankie. Use lots of Frankenstein. This is a button with googly eyes and a little sticker there. The day 29 was from my Advent gift that day, as was this black flower that I stuck the Frankenstein's monster in the middle of. And then inside here is just a little Frankenstein journaling card, and I've just journaled on the back all about this little Frankenstein's monster, who made him and what he means to us. So that was day 29. Day 30, it was time to decorate. I'm so sorry, I can barely actually open these pages, they're so chunky. So it was time to decorate. Normally we decorate a lot earlier, but we've been so busy with my son home and other things, and I haven't been feeling too well, so we didn't decorate as much as we normally do, but we still got the decorations out. So this is a pocket, and there's just some of my just some ornaments there, and I've put So Spooky and a bit of lace on the top. And then here are my 2 new snow globes. I actually collect Halloween snow globes, and every year I get at least 1, if not 2 of them. And these were the 2 new ones that I got this year, and I absolutely love them. So I took a picture of those to remind me. And it just says Spooktacular Boo All Hallows Eve. And then back here are some of the beautiful sugar skull ornaments that I've got. And it just says Family Fun there. Bit of lace. And then this little gargoyle card was actually in this journal when I was given it. So I've just again added some fabric to the top. This little piece of ephemera, it says Under the Moonlight. And then on the back, let's turn this way, is this giant spider. Now we have had this spider, it says Be Afraid Creepy. We have had this spider for 8-9 years. It's looking super tatty. Each of its legs is at least 7 foot long, at least, maybe actually longer. And every year we attach it to the roof of our hallway. And its legs sort of go down the walls and over the door and over the stairs. And when the trick-or-treaters come to the door and we open the door, the first thing they see, other than the sweets, is this giant spider on the roof. And it is a family tradition now to make sure we get this spider out. And really, he's very tatty, so I should buy a new one, but I just don't want to because he's like a member of the family almost. And all the trick-or-treaters absolutely love seeing that spider when they come to our door. And so I just did a little journaling card that says it's the most spooktacular time of the year. I did a little sticker and some fabric, and then just wrote on the back about our ornaments, my Halloween collection of snow globes, and our spider. And that was day 30. Day 31, we have reached Halloween. Woo, yeah. So I did this huge piece of journaling here. Huge piece of journaling. All about Halloween, reaching Halloween, what I'd done, what we did that day. This pumpkin was on my Advent gift for the day, and it went really well with our 2 carved pumpkins. Now, I don't actually carve the pumpkins. My other half loves to carve pumpkins. And when our kids were little, he would ask them what they wanted on their pumpkins. And through the years, we have had some really interesting ones. We've had Spider-Man pumpkins. We've had Shrek pumpkins. There was the year my daughter was a teenager and mobile phones were in and really big. And he carved her a mobile phone pumpkin. A TARDIS pumpkin. We have had some interesting pumpkins, but he always tries to get a white one so he can do like a Jack Skellington pumpkin for me. And then these were a bit last minute because we'd forgot to buy the big ones, so we just had 2 small ones to do, but I think he's done a great job. And I love the fact that my partner gets so excited about carving pumpkins. And then I just added a fabric tab on there and used again some fabric that had wrapped some of my Advent gifts. And we're still continuing day 31. This was obviously part of the Advent gift. This was my little section on my stairs where the trick-or-treat sweetie basket was, and it was all lit up as well for the kids. And we just had a little simple buffet. We have a buffet every year, but this year it was smaller than usual because obviously there's only the 3 of us home for it. And again, I wasn't feeling very well, so I didn't quite make as much as I normally do. Also on the 31st, I had entered a giveaway for some altered paper clips on Instagram, and I'd actually won. And they arrived on the 31st, which I personally thought was perfect. So there were 6 altered paper clips, and they are all beautiful. But I decided to, I decided to use this one. Isn't it gorgeous? In my journal, because this was the largest, and I just thought it went perfect and beautifully just there. And then this was a card that she'd sent me with my paper clips, because she'd also sent a crystal that I've never seen before. It's called Hourglass Selenite, and it's unique to the salt plains of Oklahoma. So she just wrote on the back of this card about that, which was fantastic. Loved it. And then this here is her little card. This actually opens, which is why it's tied, because this has got a little letter to me in it. So I tied it with some of the ribbon that she actually sent the gift in, and it's got number 31 from my Advent gift that day, and a little like bucket of sweets here that say trick or treat on them. And that was day 31, so we were at the end of Halloween. So for the end of my journal, what I decided to do is I'd taken these, obviously I wasn't very well, so I didn't actually get dressed up, but I'd taken these rather weird selfies of me on Halloween night, and as you can see, obviously they're backwards, so it doesn't, like, the words haven't come out properly. Oh God, sorry, it's so difficult to hold this book. But I just wanted to put them in there because I thought they were a bit of fun. So that one actually says The Witch, and it's pointing to me. Little vampire teeth. And then that one says Boo, Bella Boo. But obviously it looks more like Oop, that in that picture. But anyway, so I took those pictures on Halloween night, and I thought I'd just use them in here. And I've put trick or treat, some witchy feet, spooktacular. And then this one down here is 31, the little witch's hat. And then in here, well, not in here, actually, that's not a pocket, even though it looked like it. It's because I've added this lace. I wrote all about October, what my highlights were, what I enjoyed, and just did a sort of final reflection on the month. And then I just, at the end of the book, I just used another one of my friend's artworks that she'd sent me ages ago that I've been hoarding. And as the start of my journal started with one of her witches, I decided to put that on the back. It just seemed appropriate. So yeah, guys, that is the end of my October daily. I am so proud of myself that I actually completed my October daily. This is the first one I've been able to complete, and I'm pretty sure it's because I'm doing it in a journal rather than in the binders that I used to do them in. And I'm just really happy with how it's turned out. I loved the journal that Dolly sent me, and I've had a great October, and I've had a craft October, you know, with lots of bits, and a wonderful October Advent. And I've put pictures of me in here, and that may seem sometimes a bit egotistical, but actually I have always struggled having my photo taken. I'm always the one taking the photos, and I'm always very self-conscious. And a few years ago, my daughter actually said to me, "Mum, we don't have a lot of pictures of you, and it's really sad to look through all our family albums, of which we have a lot, and not see you in a lot of the photos or in a lot of the activities we've done." And she said, "I'd really like it if you would take more photos as memories," which really touched me. So I have worked on that. I have worked on taking more photos of myself, being less self-conscious, being less worried about what people may think or how I may look in them, and just thinking instead that, well, they're lovely memories and my daughter asked it, so that is what I did. And yeah, I've had a great October, and you know, one of my highlights was starting this fabulous channel. Well, fabulous, that sounds really like big-headed. I don't mean it like that. Starting this channel, and yeah, I'm just really proud of myself. So, and why not? Why can't we be proud of ourselves? And I just hope you've enjoyed watching this October daily as much as I've enjoyed sharing it with you. And I'm already starting to get ready for my December daily, so I will be sharing that with you guys too. And all the other October dailies will be there's just no point even trying to close it. All the other October dailies, I will link videos, I will link in the description box. And yeah, I hope you had a lovely October. Whether you did a daily or not, whether you completed it or not, it really doesn't matter. What matters is I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful October. And thank you so much for joining me, guys. And I will see you again soon. Bye.